And welcome to another episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. I am your host, Noah Love, and today this is going to be a different type of video, and it's going to be a very shorter video. As you know, we're in the middle of the NFL season, big time matchups, playoff picture, MVP races are starting to be talked about. I am going to talk about today why I believe the Indianapolis Colts are contenders, because there's been this narrative mainly pushed on first things first where they just get disrespected. It was kind of happening on ESPN. I am going to try my best here to debunk the this fraud narrative, because it has started with, oh, they're the 2020 four Saints. Then it's now, oh, they're the 2021 Titans. Oh, now they're the 2024 Vikings. It's a whole bunch. We are going to get into this, and I am going to basically tell you why I believe the Colts are contenders. Well, and why some of these other teams in the AFC that they are putting over them is just blasphemous. Let's get right into it. Okay, I want to debunk the first point, and I want to make this clear. If you believe that the Kansas City Chiefs are better than the Indianapolis Colts, that's fine. That's fine. If you believe that the Kansas City Chiefs, the Colts aren't going to beat them in a playoff game, fine. Fine. Because they've earned that. I believe the Colts, at worst, is the second best team in the AFC. Yes, I think they're better than Denver because they beat them already. They destroyed the Chargers. They've who else? The Bills. Here's my issue with the Bills argument, and like this: they say the Colts haven't beat anybody, and that's the game they try to play. Okay, these bad teams that they have played. I'm just gonna go through the bad teams. Beat the Dolphins at home, 33-8. Beat the Titans on the road by 41-20 by 21. Beat the Raiders 40-6. Beat the Titans 38-14. They did have a close game with Arizona 31-27. CVS secondary in there. Arizona competed. Whatever. They are blowing these teams. I mean, they're just destroying these teams. They are just straight up destroying these teams when they play. I mean, they have the highest point differential. It's like they're like 116 and the next is 67. They are just destroying these teams when they play them. These bad, if they were getting by, oh, well, they escaped. Okay, I can see it. But they are absolutely crushing these teams. Like, for instance, when the Chiefs crushed the Raiders, Nick Wright goes on and says, "Well, the Chiefs proved a lot. They won by 31 points. They proved a lot. But then the Colts beat them by more. They beat them by 34. Oh, the Colts didn't prove anything. How do you even come up with this?" But yes, I am going to get to the Buffalo argument. They say Buffalo is the second best team. The Colts haven't played anybody. Let me show you who the Bills have beaten. They beat the Ravens. Okay, that was with Lamar and Henry. I give you that. Then you beat the Jets. Really? Jets are running 7. You beat the Dolphins. You barely scraped by. You beat the Saints. You barely scraped by. And you lost to the Falcons by 10. Falcons just lost to the Dolphins. And then you beat the Panthers. Panthers had no Bryce Young, 40-9. In terms of like teams, Maybe Baltimore gets back into the playoff. I know they've been really hurt, but right now you have not beat a team that is in the playoff picture. At this moment, when I'm recording this, the Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Panthers are not in the playoffs. October 29th, 2025, they are not in the playoffs. But Buffalo's for real. Da, da, da. Again, it's Josh Allen. And if you're asking me who has a better roster, I'm going to be honest here. I think Indy. I think Indy has a better line. I think Indy has better backs. I think Indy has better receivers. I think Indy has a better secondary. I think Indy special teams are better. I think the Bills have a better quarterback. And I think they have a better D line and maybe better linebackers. But even that's a debate. I think overall, if you're looking at the units, you can make a case that the Colts have a better defense because they're able to stop the run, and right now statistically they have a better offense. But Buffalo, they're clearly the second best team. I no, they're not. They're not clearly. And again, you play the Chiefs this weekend, and look, I will be up. Look, on Friday, we'll talk about the ramifications in that game and all that. But I'm really just making this video because it just irks me with this discourse in the media. Like, why can't we just let a team that hasn't been good in a couple years? Why can't they just be good? Why do we have to do? Oh, they won't beat this team in the playoffs. You don't know that. You don't know that. The Colts could very well. Daniel Jones could piss down his leg in the playoffs. That could happen. Or he could go out there and play well and they could win. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have like this vision into the future. Like like why does it have to be this, oh well, they're not good, or oh, they haven't beat anybody. Like, they make the schedule. This isn't college football where ADs make the schedule. It is about, if you haven't played if you didn't play a certain division last year, you play them this year. Obviously, if you finish at a certain wherever you finish in the standings, you'll play another team where they finish in standings. So for instance, like if the Colts, they finish second last season uh in the standings, they'll go and play who finished second last year in the in the standings. They'll go and play the they'll go and play the Dolphins. They'll go and play the Dolphins again. Like, to me, this just the way people are talking about the Colts, I don't, even as a fan, but even just as a football fan, I'm biased. I don't understand it. Why do we have to make these proclamations like, oh, they're not good? They're not saying that they said that they're not good, but oh, I I do not. They're frauds, fraud watch. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't. Why can't we just let the Colts be good? Again, same thing with the Vikings last year. And it's fine if you didn't believe in Sam Darnold, and you were probably why they lost in the playoffs to a very good Rams team, right? But I'm saying to you, why didn't we just let them be good and have this feel good story for Darnold? Why do we always, if it is somebody that struggled and now they're doing well, why is it, well, yeah, you're doing well, but there's no but. They're playing well. If they get it, if they lose, they lose. That's kind of just what it is. It happens. And the reason the Vikings lost that playoff game is because the O line was bad. The O line fell apart against the Rams. Part of that is to the Rams' great young D line, But as part of that, the Colts are scoring at an unbelievable rate right now. I'm talking 38, 33, 29, 41, 20 is the down game. Then you got 40, 31, 38, 38. They have, in the past 4 weeks, 40, 31, 38, 38. That's crazy. This offense is insanely high powered. They have a very solid defense. Now, they do have to get some guys back on defense, obviously, but playing well. Daniel Jones is on pace to smash his 2022 season. He's already going to do that. Jonathan Taylor's got an MVP case right now. Like, if you think, like, it's fine if you think the Bills or the Chiefs are better. If you even think New England's better, okay, fine. That's your opinion. But it's the lengths that people are willing to go to discredit the teams. And honestly, people are like, "Well, it's Daniel Jones." Okay, it's Daniel Jones. Let's go week by week here. Week 1, oh, Jones, they're gonna get it. Jones, they're gonna lose. Dolphins, if you lose to the Jones, to Daniel Jones and the Colts, y'all stink. They lost. Okay. Well, Daniel Jones played great, but he's not going to do that against Denver. Against a top 5, let me pull up the stats here. Against a top 5 defense this season. Against a defense that has been spectacular. At times, they were on pace to break the sack record. At a point this season, they may still be on pace to break the sack record. The best game a quarterback has had this season against the Broncos has been Daniel Jones. Jones was 23 for 34, 316, and a touchdown. No turnovers. Was only sacked 1 time. Offense didn't even punt. But again, it's always an excuse. Oh, well, he played well here. He's going to taper off at some point. Well, it's just the Titans. That's where it was in week 3. Then week 4, they were like, aha, I told you. Then week 5, against the Rams, aha, even though that game wasn't really his fault. And then week 5, they smashed the Raiders. Then, they beat the Cardinals, played well. Oh, he had that one pick, should have thrown another one. Is this him reverting back? On the road at the Chargers, he was almost flawless. So here is the issue. If you because I want to put this in the right context. If you believe that Daniel Jones is going to fall off, that's completely your opinion. That's fine. But as of right now, I just want to give them his credit. I don't know what's going to happen. They could be the number 1 seed, get bounced, or they could be the number 1 seed, win a game, lose in the championship, or second half they could fall off, or they could continue this and go to the Super Bowl. You don't know. I also want to get into a point. Oh, well, I'm really, in terms of Jones, I don't even think I would pick Jones over Drake May. Jones, do people forget that Jones has a playoff win? I think people forget that. I think people forget Jones went into a 13-4 Minnesota Vikings team and won when it was basically Saquon Barkley and guys. Darius Slayton was okay, but guys. This offense is way better than that. But Drake May, like with the New England, I think Drake May, you have not seen Drake May play a playoff game. We have not seen that. Drake May He could play very well, or he could piss down his leg. You don't know. We just don't know. We have to wait and see. If you are going to wait and see on Daniel Jones, why are we not going to wait and see on Drake May in terms of the playoffs? But no, they have a narrative to push, so we're going to crown this guy. And this is what the media does. They go out and they crown this guy. Oh, he's the best quarterback in draft class. Next Brady. Da, da. They'll go and crown this guy. And then if he ends up stinking up the place or sucking, God forbid, oh, well, maybe it wasn't as good as we thought. No, maybe you should stop proclaiming people to be the next this and let Drake May be Drake May. If Drake May's gonna make some mistakes, cool. That's fine. It's his second year. New England's having a fantastic year. Mike Vrabel's doing a lot. They're turning it around. But let Drake May be Drake May. Like, oh, and they did the same thing with Caleb Williams. Oh, Caleb Williams, he's the next Mahomes. No, let Caleb Williams be Caleb Williams. And now he's struggling. It's, oh, Caleb Williams isn't as good as we thought. Yes, he's struggling, but this is also his third head coach in 2 years. This is like his fourth or fifth play caller in 2 years. So maybe, just maybe, shocker, they stunted his development a little bit because the Bears organization is incompetent. I'm just saying what we have to stop doing is making proclamations about, oh, you can make a prediction, but a proclamation, oh, this team is like the greatest, and just let it play out. Let it play out, man. We don't have to proclaim. Watch the games week by week. Come to your own conclusions. It's a week by week league, and it's a week about a matchup. It's not, oh, well, this team is on fraud alert. No, maybe that the team they just played was a bad matchup for them. Maybe when the Colts destroyed the Chargers, maybe the Chargers, that was just a bad matchup. That could be it. That could be it. That was just a bad matchup, and the Colts they were able to dominate. Also helped that obviously no Joe Alden, all that, but Colts had injuries too. But mainly on the defense, Chargers get some guys back. Maybe it's just a bad matchup, or maybe the Colts were just clicking on all cylinders that day. Like, again, I don't understand this agenda that we have to push. I believe that Daniel Jones right now he is a victim of his New York reputation. I think same thing with Darnold. Victim now, Darnold's in Seattle balling, but they're kind of off him. Now it's Jones. He's a victim of his New York reputation. Oh, well, the Giants. How in the same breath are you going to say the Giants are a trash organization, but then be like, well, Daniel Jones sucks? I mean, look, and you have routinely said it was just Barkley. The O line was bad. The coaching was bad. The Giants, he got the Giants their first playoff win since like 2016. The banana boat curse, talk about it's broken. Or not the first playoff win, but the first playoff appearance since 2016. But he did win the game. I think that was their first playoff win since like what, the 2012 Super Bowl? Well, Daniel Jones was the issue. Clearly not. Because they're still 2-6. They're still having the same issues over there in New York or in Jersey. Still having the same issues. The O-line was horrendous. Joe Judge, yeah, as his head coach. QB sneak on 3rd and 8. Okay. Your organization is still having the same issues, but yet we're going to sit up here and blame it all on Daniel Jones. I don't get Daniel, and now Jones is playing well. Also, like, This NFL, this AFC, it's unpredictable this year. It's unpredictable. Like, and I want to ask the media, like, especially if you're New York based, do do y'all want Daniel Jones to fail? Jones just needed a reset. The Giants have Dart now. He's injecting some energy into the into the Giants, and now the Colts are good again because they had Jones. It was just okay. Both needed a new direction. That's fine. I know I'm kind of getting off track here, but is this just this narrative trying to push? It just really irritates me. The Colts are a very good football team. They may be the best team in football. They've been the most consistent team in football this season. That's for sure. Not the Chiefs, not the Bills, not the Eagles, not the Bucks, not the Lions. The Colts have been, not the Packers. The Colts have been the most consistent team in football this season. That's what they've been. You know what you're going to get mostly week in, week out. They've played very well. Now it gets interesting in the back half. Starts this week with Steelers, but I just don't understand, like, why can't we just let teams be good and not just have to slowly critique every single thing? Like, Detroit's a very good football team. Like last year there was 15-2. Like last year, oh, I just don't think Detroit can do it because with a civilian at quarterback. That same civilian at quarterback went to the Super Bowl with the Rams and Sean McVay. The reason they didn't go last year was because everybody and their mama was hurt on offense and especially defense. So that's going to catch up with you, and it's probably going to Niners. It's going to be a similar thing this year, I think, because it's even though I don't think they're as obviously as good, they're just so injured right now. I just feel like at some point that may catch up with them. It's again, this is the National Football League. Anything can happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying if you think that the Colts if you did the Colts a first round exit, fine by you. I just want people to stop disrespecting them and give them the proper credit that they deserve because they've been balling. And also, people are like, oh, well, the quarterback, I don't, Jones, when they bring up the Colts in terms of a playoff argument, they never bring up the entirety of the roster. They just bring up Jones because that's the only thing they can point at. They don't bring up Steichen. They don't bring up JT. It's like, well, the knee jerk. Oh, it's Daniel Jones. Like, and look, if that's your knee jerk reaction, I'm not even saying that's wrong, but I'm just saying like there are more elements to football than just the quarterback. Jones could play well and they could lose because the defense doesn't play well. Or Jones could play mid or bad and they could win because the defense just all of a sudden is great and JT carries them or whatever. We don't know. That's why football is so great because on a week to week basis you never know what's going to happen. We can predict, but we don't proclaim. Don't be like hear ye. We don't know what's going to happen. Again, let the best teams be good. There's not a narrative here. I don't like to do like these narrative driven things. Oh well, this happened. No, watch the film, watch the TV copy, and then go in there and come to your own conclusions. I want to be the guy that people come to and be like, okay, why did this happen? Why did this happen? And I tell you why, just in my opinion, why I think this happened and how maybe they can correct this. I want to like push like narratives. I know sometimes I joke, oh, agenda. I don't want to be the guy that's just like, oh, agenda heavy. I want to be a guy that talks ball, knows what I'm talking about to the people so I can give you an informed, unbiased opinion slash take, whether it's right or wrong, because I truly love this sport of football and I really want people to start covering it the right way. All right, everybody. This has been an episode of Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. That's my little rant, I guess, on why I believe the Colts are a contender and just all that. Yeah. We will be doing college football prediction. That'll be up for week 10. Holy, we're already in week 10. That will be up on Saturday. No, not Saturday. That'll be up on Thursday. All right. Until the next time, guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and see ya.